Okay, today we're going to talk about Empire Istanbul, which is a brand new project in the heart of Avcılar, which is basically on the E5, zero to the highway. One of the most important things in Turkey, when you're buying, you need to make sure that you're close to the highways. And this project, which is a skyscraper, sea view and right in the middle of everything, with right next to a shopping center. We're not talking about right next to a shopping center in terms of 5 minutes, 10 minutes drive. We're talking about 1 minute walk. And also one of the biggest universities, Iletişim University, is just next to it as well. So it's a brand new project in a fantastic location with 300 units comprised by one, 2 and 3 bedrooms. And also you're looking at about 30 retail units in the first 2 floors, which basically creates a nice small mall attraction in there, as well as on this one we have a roof terrace restaurant, which is going to be a fantastic restaurant, by the way. It's going to be on the roof looking at the Marmara Sea. Now this project, where it's located, it actually has a view to the new channel Istanbul that's coming through. So in terms of every other project that you see in Istanbul, this is definitely one to visit, due to the fact that it's in pre-launch stages. So right after Ramadan, it will be introduced to the rest of the world, I guess, but at the moment we're taking pre-launch reservations. I mean, we're actually introducing this project is a bargain due to the fact that the real prices will be forming in the next 6 weeks. So before that, it is an investor's market. Now, when you buy in a project like this, you need to make sure that you know the developer. And this developer, Empire Istanbul, is actually a well-known developer in the region. He has, already established developments, residences. This is again a service apartment with all the facilities you could possibly ask for. Now, one of the things that I like about this, the traditional Turkish homes that we're talking about, they normally are in the sizes where you're comfortable. We're not talking about 50, 60 square meter one bedrooms. We're talking about 90 square meter one bedrooms. We're talking about 159 square meter 2 bedrooms with a fantastic payment plan, which I'm going to get to in a second. All of the apartments has terraces. Now these terraces, all of them except the first 5 floors, are looking at the Marmara Sea. So that means you're getting a sea view in a fantastic location. You're literally in 10 minutes, you're actually in the Atatürk airport, which is the existing airport. But within 20 minutes, you're going to be in the new airport because of the link road right behind it. So this project gives you everything you need. Now, when you're looking for a project in Istanbul to invest, let it be for your own personal lifestyle or for your investment in terms of return of investment, you need to make sure the one criteria is met. It's not the quality of the marbles, it's not the color of the painting, it's not the glass that they use, it's actually the location. The most important return of investment comes from the return of investment. And this project also is on the metro line, the new metro that's finishing towards Beylikdüzü. Now, a lot of us know that the international investors are currently moving towards Istanbul more than rest of Europe. But due to the fact that there is major opportunities in Turkey at the moment because of the regeneration programs. Now, the regeneration programs are mandatory. These are not, it's not up to the developer. It's actually up to the government. The government enforces the regeneration programs not only to make it look better, but also healthier. The healthy living comes to Istanbul in the form of regeneration. So we're talking about buildings, all the buildings, new buildings with lifts. We're talking about all the new buildings with car parks. We're talking about all the new buildings with social facilities for children, park areas. And we're also talking about these buildings with health and safety requirements met. Now, knowing that Istanbul traditionally was building apartments in the sizes that was comfortable for people, in the new generation developers, it has gone down to smaller due to the fact that land prices are very expensive in Istanbul, which is surely, as it's Istanbul, is expected. But when you're looking at a project like this, Empire Istanbul gives you one thing, that is actually the size, the comfort that you need. We have apartments here with 50 square meter terraces, but I'm not going to let you pay for the terraces, don't worry. But also, you're looking at between 15 to 25 standard terraces on all of the apartments. I don't want to call them balconies because the balconies are normally 5-6 square meter. We're talking about proper terrace balconies that's going to give you major comfort. So think of it this way. When you have your own home, okay, regardless what you bought it for, it could be for investment, it could be for graduation of your children, it could be for future return of investment. Doesn't matter. One thing you need is that you want to feel that you have the space, the freedom to move around, but also enjoy it. Now, the sea view all around the world adds value to your property. We know this already. So, like for instance, as Pera Property, we've been advertising a lot of properties, and the reaction that we get from all over the world is people asking, does it have a sea view? Yes, it does. Okay. Well, most projects that is attracted by the international buyers is actually the ones with the balconies, the ones with the terraces. Now, those of you know me that I don't recommend a project I don't believe in. All of the developers, I'm sure they do fantastic projects, but some of them work a little bit more on the design of the projects. I mean, you're talking about a full glass terrace restaurant on top of your building that you're going to be able to see 360 degrees of Istanbul. And because Avcılar is on a hill, it actually gives you the height that you wouldn't normally expect from a location of a project. So the height of this, yes, we're talking about 30, 40 floors with the retails, but it actually is a lot more because of where it is. So the neighborhood project or the 30th floor is equal to the first floor of this. So you're actually on the top of Istanbul with great sea view, and also in a location where your amenities, your facilities are around you. Now, yes, you do have the facilities, social facilities inside your building, indoor, outdoor pools, gyms, saunas, hammams, everything to the utmost luxury. Absolutely, it's there. But also, the other amenities are very important. Now, when we talk about malls, we're not talking about the malls that you see in US or UK. We're not talking about malls where you go and buy clothes. We're talking about malls that has facilities such as cinema, such as bowling alleys. These are social areas where you have different type of cafes, restaurants, and so on. So you're going to be able to experience this, but you don't have to travel far. There are two major malls, right? Let's say within one of them, 1 minute walking distance. The other one is actually 2 minutes driving distance. So this gives you an additional, social facilities in your neighborhood. Now, major deal on this that everybody's going to be excited about. I'm excited about it. That you design your own payment plan, so other people don't have to. So developer is giving you sort of a choice to make your payment plan that suits you. So you're not going to turn around and come here and pay 50% now and then rest in X amount of months. No, we're not doing that. In this project, one of the reasons that I'm really attracted to this project is the fact that you design your own payment plan. So you come up and say, this is what I want or what I can do. Once you agreed on a price, you turn around and design it. So technically, you'll be the one that dictates how the payment plan is going to be done. At the moment, it's on a pre-launch stage. A pre-launch stage means that you're at the bottom line prices. Yes, it is an investment project as well. So not just living, lifestyle living project. The reason I call it investment is due to the fact that it's at pre-launch. So they dig the ground already. So in 3 months, we'll be on the first floor. At the moment, this project is being sold from the sales office in Hilton Doubletree, which is based in Avcılar. Now, one of the key things about this project's location, when you come over, you're not going to be looking around and saying, what is this project next to? Because everything is right there. Or university right opposite, or your hospital right behind it. The mosque is literally 3 minutes to the project. And also, to be honest, one of the best things that I like about this project is that location gives you public transport. Because regardless of what's going to come over, yes, there is a metro line coming right in front of this project as well. I appreciate the fact that it's coming, but the dates to be future. So I'd like to talk about what's there now. The metro bus stop is right next to it. So public transport wise, it's actually on E5. So E5 has an access to this project, and when you come over on the E5, you got the metro bus, you got every other public transport right next to you. You can't miss. Now, the floors are designed differently, so each floor has different amount of apartments, but it is also has a modular system, so you can add, you can turn into a 3-bedroom, you can turn that into a 7-bedroom if you wanted to. That availability is there as well. So the Empire Istanbul is the newest project. Not many people know about it because it hasn't been launched, because technically we're waiting for after Ramadan. The developer has planned the launch to be around summer. So after Ramadan, people will start hearing about it, and then the actual launch will be done during summer. Now, Turkey has a lot of different opportunities in terms of buyers coming in and buying places. And at the moment, we're talking about citizenship. The amount is being reduced by the government again, and also we are turning around and making the payments in Turkish lira, which basically again allows you to gain a little bit more due to the currency changes. Now, it's easy project in terms of explaining it because the location sells. I always have 3 rules that you need to focus on when you're buying any property anywhere in the world, but especially in Istanbul. It's location, the first one. Second one is location, and the third one is location.